Welcome back to another scary water Reddit video. We did a thalassophobia one like a month or two ago, and now we're doing submechanophobia. Submechanophobia is the fear of partially or fully submerged man-made objects. That sounds really specific when you say it like that, like, oh, what a oddly specific fear to have, but it's basically just things that shouldn't be in the water being in the water. You know, a submerged shipwreck, whereas if it was just a big rock that was the same shape as a boat, not as scary, but because it's like something that's not supposed to be sunken like that, it's scarier. We're going to look at top of the year to you laddies. Underwater shark statue at Lake Neuchâtel. I don't need to explain why that one's horrifying. Submechanophobia or not, that's pretty nasty looking. Who would make this? The Baltimore Harbor Tunnel today. Ignore the fact that you are already driving underwater. Drive into the underwater. Oh, so it's an underwater tunnel that was leaking water. There's a tunnel that you go in on the train into San Francisco. You go underneath the bay to get into the city, and it's freaking weird. Yep, there it is. There's an actual picture of it. This is under the bay. That's so eerie that this is even an option. And I've been on it, and you just try not to think about it when you're on it. You're just like, no, we're just on a train. Carnival cruise ships being scrapped. See, this doesn't bother me at all. If this whole picture was submerged in water, then sure, but like this is just like it's all above water. I don't care. But it's a little funky to see a cruise ship look like a dump like that, but okay, after 2,300 years underwater, a cache of ancient relics have been discovered off the coast of somewhere in Egypt. Yikes. Imagine swimming around the water and just turning a corner, as if you can in the water, but turning a corner and then shining your light and that being like 2 feet from you. I always wonder how you find that sort of thing and like calm back down. Has it ever happened to you where like, I don't know, maybe you're home alone and something spooks you just once and then you're just spooked for the rest of the evening? You see this, it sees you. I feel like I would just instantly have to leave the water as soon as possible. There's no way I continue diving after seeing this dude staring at me in the dark. No thanks. German U-boat spotted from the air. Nah, I don't care, too small. Get me closer and maybe I'll be scared. Never realized how huge the nets were. What? Is this real? Is this real? This looks hella creepy. That's a net? From that tiny boat? This looks like... There's another subreddit I follow called Imaginary Leviathans, and there's plenty of drawn pictures like this where there's a boat and there's some huge beast like right under the water. And this looks like one of those, except this one is real, apparently, and it's just a net. But yeah, that's straight up, that's creepy. That's advanced creepy. Certified creepy, do not like it. Offshore oil rig drifted into the coast. See, like this doesn't make me nervous at all. But I guess if I'm to think too hard about it and think about what it would be like to be in the water near the wreckage of this thing, sure, maybe you feel a little uneasy, but this is like, who cares, you know? Maybe I don't have submechanophobia. Let me know if that makes you nervous. This one, I've seen this one. This one, looking at it, whatever, thinking about it though. You know how just zero visibility you probably have, at least for a while? What even is that? A well bore? Well, bore. Inspecting underside of a major port terminal. We are about 1,500 feet from open air. What the hell? I'm not sure I understand exactly what is going on here. Underside of a major port terminal. Oh, I guess horizontal feet from air? Yeah, okay, I don't know. I was thinking depth. Like they're 1,500 feet down somehow and they're from air. It's probably a really wide port that's all on the water, of course, and they had to go way into it. So they couldn't like go up if they needed to. They'd have to go all the way out. Is creepy. It is creepy, especially considering this is probably pretty deep here. It also begs the question of how come there isn't an easier way to get down? There's no other entry points than the outside edge. Oof, yep, there you go. There's like buoys warning. Yeah, see this? If it, I will say, if this was a rock or something, it'd still be a little creepy. But it being a plane, times 2 creepy, at least, maybe even 3 times. What a submarine escape training tower looks like. How deep do you think that goes? That goes down, and I guess for submarine training, you'd have to be pretty freaking deep because when you're in a submarine, I don't know if you guys know this, but submarines go pretty deep in the water. Can you imagine what it must look like when you go way down there and then you look up? Not good. Ooh, the creepy lights. Abandoned set of Canadian game show Splat-A-Lot, kind of like Wipeout. It doesn't really make me nervous. It looks kind of gross. I would say if this whole thing was submerged in water, that'd look pretty creepy, right? But that applies to everything, so I don't know. But I am wondering though if someone with true submechanophobia, if this makes people nervous, just this photo. Because me, it makes me nervous if I think about it or imagine it underwater. But like the fact that there is water and this is all above water, I don't care. You know, just don't go in the water. It's easy. Just, you got plenty of other stuff to jump on. Just don't fall in the water. Dragon sculpture in Switzerland. Yeeks. Here's one I took off the coast of Oahu. A tourist submarine. Is it in business? Is it doing the tour, or is it like crashed? It being black and white makes this even creepier. Yeah, see, that's sketchy. Don't like that. This is where I realized my fears. The Indianapolis Zoo dolphin enclosure. Oh, yo, no, thank you. Did a dolphin take this photo? Now, of course, I'm joking about the dolphin taking the picture. Or am I? But this is kind of extra creepy looking at the people like from the outside, like the whatever is in the water enclosure is what's watching them. Definitely adds to the overall creepiness of this photo, and the idea of being in that box. I've been to a lot of aquariums, and I've never seen an exhibit quite like this, and that's probably a good thing, because that looks like a bad experience. Like, couldn't you light it a little better in there? Why does it have to be so eerily dark? Also, why is everyone looking this way? It's like just so dark. Like, couldn't you make it lighter? It's an exhibit. Put some lights in there. Drug smuggling submarine found in the Ecuadorian jungle? There's drug smuggling submarines? That's sick. Did they make it themselves? I mean, I guess the smuggling didn't go so well because the submarine appears to be not in operation. Not that creepy, though. Huge diving tank in Germany contains a plane wreck, a car, and several other debris. Ew. Yeah, see, the photo itself isn't that creepy to look at, but this must be really deep. It looks hella murky, and imagine getting pushed in there. Think about that. Imagine that. You get pushed in there, you're in the water, it's dark, you're flying around, you don't know which way up is for a second, and you know there's a creepy plane, and there's a car, and other debris. Water reservoir, also in Germany. This doesn't look that bad. It's underwater, sure, but it's so like bright and blue and light. If this is like 100 feet deep, then sure, not really interested, but not that bad. Silver mine shaft. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, see, this itself is like not that creepy, but think about that. It's a mine shaft that goes down. It goes way down. And then there's probably a mine down there. And there's like 4 of them, right? Yeah, ew. I wonder how far that goes. Especially because it leads, like I said, to a mine. So you would go down this long tunnel and then you're in a cave, all of which is submerged in the water. And unlit. Underwater lake tours. Ooh, what kind of lake is this? I've heard of these. This is like the Finding Nemo ride at Disneyland. Or whatever it is now. Not interested. You should be facing this way. You should be facing towards the ladder. Here's a jet skier being partially sucked under a cargo ship. Dude, go away from the ship. What are you doing? Oh my god. Yeah. Oh jeez. Oh, he's lost control. Here comes the propeller. Dude, what are you doing? Why would you... This is what happens. Have you never heard of like, hey, big ship make you go die? Don't do that. If you fall off an aircraft carrier, you're instructed to swim as far away as you can, if you can. I imagine that if you fall too close to it, you probably just get sucked under and bad news, probably die. Because the ship's gigantic and the propellers are also gigantic. But it reminds me of someone commented at one point in time. I remember this comment someone left about how they were a propeller cleaner, like they cleaned the propellers of these huge ships, and they were saying that the propellers are so big that they have to like wrap themselves around them in a way, kind of like hug the propeller in order to like get whatever. Like they have to like manhandle the propellers because they're gigantic, right? You can't just like reach from a distance. Like you're on the propellers. And so their fear, their like kind of paranoid fear was always that they were going to turn the boat on. Like whether on purpose or an accident, that the propellers were going to kick on. And yeah, you know, obviously that didn't happen because they were alive to tell that paranoia. But that's what I'd be thinking too. I'd be like, please. Well, first of all, I wouldn't be there doing that ever. But yeah, that's all I could think about if I was there. Is that, you know, obviously people know you're in the water, but what if someone that doesn't know you're in the water is like, let's just kick it on, take it out for a few spins for the kids, they're gonna love it. And then meanwhile you become spaghetti. And what's creepy about that too is that if someone were to turn them on, I imagine that you'd have a few seconds before they actually are on. Like there's probably some rumbling, and they probably slowly kind of sputter and then slowly start spinning. You'd probably have like maybe 5 seconds or so to like back off and try to swim away. And those propellers would get going, and then they'd get going, and guess what? Sucky, sucky time. You die. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. Don't do that. Don't die. This picture is from a Forbes article on nuclear power. Yucky. What are you doing there, pal? This isn't like that bad, but I think being here and seeing this would be bad. A picture looks whatever. I don't know. It looks kind of cool. Ew. I've seen a shipwreck like this before in Pearl Harbor, actually. I went there like a year and a half ago, and they have that memorial where you can go out and like look at the ship. I think it's the Arizona, I want to say. That's in the water, and they have like glass floors, and you can see it. I think they have glass floors. Either way, it's open. You can see it below you, and it's creepy. This picture doesn't really do the justice of how like big it feels when you're there. But yeah, it's pretty creepy. Venice giant hands? Why would you do this? You're an artist? You're a sculptor? Use your talent for something else, please. This makes me uncomfortable. What's this one? Yo, this is so scary. League of Legends? Oh, is it out? Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. We could just go on forever. Wait, what's this one? Ooh, Cancun Underwater Museum? What the kind of museum is this? Museum of Death? Why would you make this? Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this because I did not. I want to keep doing videos like this, kind of outside of the game stuff. So I'll do gaming and kind of alternate. There's a couple other branches of these kind of underwater phobias that I'll probably dig into. We can also check out the thalassophobia one again, or look at this one more, whatever. Plenty of stuff to look at. Yeah. Plus, this is just pictures and a few videos, but there's like thalassophobia videos on YouTube I could probably watch through, which might be pretty spooky. Or you guys can send me stuff that you think that I would have a interesting reaction to. So let me know. Thank you so much for watching though and supporting this channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.